Harpers Ferry. Just left the visitor center, dropped off by my family, and we're on the trail. Getting close to Jefferson Rock, actually. So, it will be a journey. Looking forward to it. Appreciate everybody who's helped me get this far. And got a plan, and we got a few things that just need to come together, and off we go. Yep, beautiful day. April the 9th, Sunday. A lot of people around. Beautiful day in Harpers Ferry. Maybe a little less than 5 miles outside of Harpers Ferry. I didn't mention it, just a beautiful day. Probably about 70 degrees, light wind, bright sunshine. So it's near perfect day to hike. Out of Harpers Ferry, there's an incline. I think it's in the neighborhood of 800 feet or so, and I'm in the midst of that. So, okay, coming upon my first shelter out of Harpers Ferry. If you can read that sign, Edward Garvey Shelter. Pretty nice. I'll go up there and check out the view. Just wanted to again say hello to everybody, and I appreciate all the support. I know the people at CASA as well appreciate again everything, the number of several donations that have come in. So again, thank you very much. We very much appreciate it. And we'll keep going. Starting day 2. Let's see, headed to Pine Knob Shelter. About 12 miles. I don't think the terrain's not too bad. We will see, but again, beautiful day, nice and cool here in the morning. Great day for a hike. Continue to walk to that one shelter or campground. Just maybe a few comments about the trail itself. Here I've got a really nice, pretty level dirt section of the trail. Trail is probably 4 to 6 feet wide. I know the AT Conservancy recommends you stay inside that. You really try not to trample vegetation, and it helps limit erosion. Other sections of the trail have been pretty rocky, where every 2 steps out of 3 are on a rock. So you have to be careful there. But so far so good. Let's see, other comments maybe. Here's a junction, there's a spring down that way. But let me go this way, and you see the trail is marked by these white blazes. There's another one in the distance. And although it's fairly clear that where the trail is, and difficult, I think, to get off the trail. Okay, that's it for the moment. Just passed a couple hikers. They look like they're coming down. Certainly look like serious hikers. If I mentioned my initial plan here for the first few weeks, to go about 200 miles in those 3 weeks, ending near Hamburg, Pennsylvania. Really kind of taking this thing into sections that really helps me focus on what I need to do. Maybe a comment or two around equipment. So far so good. I got in pretty late last night to this one shelter area, so I had to quickly set up my tent. I had picked up some water at a state park a mile before the shelter, but this time tonight I will get a picture or two of my campsite and give you a look at the tent and how I set up the in this particular. I think it's going to be a shelter area as well. Let's see. Again, weather is beautiful. It's quiet. Yesterday a deer ran in front of me, but overall it's really very quiet. Gentle breeze, through the trees, but overall very quiet. Let's see. So far, other comments on equipment. Holding up well. Really, again, this first 3 weeks is kind of the test of it. I hope to make a few notes, maybe adjustments after those 3 weeks going forward. But this will be a good shakedown. Pretty much everything that I am using, I have used before. Probably the main exception to that would be my quilt. I picked up this new quilt 2 or 3 weeks ago, and this is its first time in the field. So far, so good. It's very warm. Okay. Really, I'm crossing, I think it's I-70. Alright, reached the Pine Knob Shelter. I'll pan over. You can see it just through the forest there, and there's a bear hanging area with a pole or two. Again, the privy is back in that direction if you can see it. But it looks like there are going to be several people at the shelter. The gentleman there is working on setting up a hammock, but I'm using my tent. Let me give you a quick look at it. Yeah, it's one-person tent, single wall. It's got a bathtub floor, so hopefully you can avoid getting wet. And I put my backpack kind of on the outside, in a little vestibule area, such that it stays out of the weather as well. But that's pretty much it. Again, the number of people arriving here at the shelter, it's about 3:30 p.m. After about a 12-mile day.